Hi everyone, welcome to Born Blessed. I'm excited to share with you my journey and how great magnesium oil has significantly changed my armpit odor. Armpit odor is something that I have struggled with my entire life. Obviously there's seasons like the winter time is significantly better for me, but as soon as that heat starts kicking, mm, it becomes a major problem. And so it has been probably one of my greatest insecurities. And I want to put a disclaimer out there that, you know, a lot of people are extremely judgmental towards people who stink. They just stink. And unfortunately, I have been one of those people who judges someone based off of their odor. And because it's physically offending you, I think that's where a lot of people feel the need to kind of project that judgment, whether that's by treating them differently or talking about them. And I really had to, even ask God to like forgive me for like judging people. You don't know what someone is going through. You don't know what health issues that they're struggling with, or you don't see that, if someone is genuinely trying and just nothing is working for them. And so I just want to remind everyone to be kind. And, if you feel like you're an expert in or you have something to offer, offer your advice, offer your help and resources to those people who, in a loving way, who may be struggling with these things. So yes, I struggled with armpit odor for a majority of my life. Nothing worked for me. I tried antiperspirant after antiperspirant. I tried switching to natural deodorants, and I could never even last like more than 2 days because I'm literally punching people in the face with this odor. And so I was like, I'll just go back to my regular stench that I had with antiperspirants. And so it was really discouraging, especially now that I'm in my 20s. I was really, really extremely discouraged because I'm like, I don't feel confident in my body. I don't even feel like I can lift my arms. I can take up space. And it was really having a toll even on my mental health and the way I perceived who I was. And I will say nothing is too small for you to pray about. And, I prayed to God even about my armpit odor. I'm like, Lord, you can do all things. So I believe God does everything in his own timing. I was always one of those people who was researching. I was asking my mom, and for tips and tricks. I've tried lemon water. That didn't really work for me. I've tried panoxyl. I've tried glycolic acid. I've tried apple cider vinegar, baking soda. I've tried tons of different products where it's just like a whole bunch of money that I've wasted just on underarm products, and just nothing worked for me. Nothing worked for me, guys. Like, it was extremely difficult to deal with this issue, but I'm so happy now that I've found magnesium oil. And guys, this is the magnesium oil that I use. It's pure magnesium oil by 7 Minerals. I will leave the link down below. They also have a smaller bottle that's a travel size version. And a bottle like this will probably last you for a very, very long time. The only reason that this is so used up is because I've actually poured some of this into a smaller container and I gave some to my boyfriend. I've poured some in another container for my like own travel purposes, but they do sell a travel size of this, which I recommend getting because you do not need this big huge bottle unless you know, you're gonna use it for your whole family and you want to give everybody some, I would suggest just getting the travel version. And so I'm gonna talk about my experience using it and then pros and cons. When I first started using it, no body odor. Like, I was using this as a testimony to other people. I'm like, you think God can't work? I prayed and and I discovered magnesium oil, and this works. Like, this works, okay? So I used it for a week, and I knew it worked because I went to my step aerobics class. We break a sweat in that class, and I usually come out of that class stinking. And usually like, hi, bye everybody, like, and rushing out the door so I can just make it home and take a shower immediately. So when I used this, I noticed that my sweat was just smelling normal, just no odor, nothing. Fast forward to the following week, I began detecting body odor, and I was like, you know, it wasn't as bad as when I used antiperspirants, but it was just like discouraging in and of itself, because I was like, oh, it was working. Like, I literally was not smelling any odor, to now I'm smelling a little like musty, a little funky down there. Like, what's going on? But the reason I like magnesium oil is because even though it's natural, it still keeps the armpit area dry. I would come out of the shower and I would still smell odor under my arm, and I'm like, ugh. Like, it wasn't like how it was before, where I would use an antiperspirant, I would wash it off, and in the shower I wouldn't really have any odor, but a couple hours later I was developing odor. This was like, I was coming out of the shower and odor was still there. So I was like, what's going on? Like, so I kind of chalked it up to my body detoxing, because I've literally been using antiperspirants my whole life. So I'm like, maybe it just needs to get rid of these toxins. It needs to get rid of this, you know, all these nasty chemicals that have been residing in my body. So I'm gonna make the commitment to give it some time. If I didn't have that first week where I didn't experience any body odor, I don't think I would have stuck it out. But I was like, I'm gonna have faith. I'm gonna trust that I'm gonna trust the process, because yes, we want to get back to that place of no odor. I stuck it out for 3 weeks, and after the 3 weeks, guys, no odor. These are the products that I use in the shower, to clean myself, and alongside with the magnesium oil that leaves me smelling fresh all day, okay? So in the shower, I will use Dr. Bronner's pure Castile bar soap. I don't really recommend the liquid soap. I think it's too abrasive, even if you dilute it. I recommend the bar soap. I will take this, lather it in my hands, and with that lather, I will add a couple drops of Hibiclens. I will link all these products down in the description box. These are all things you can get off Amazon, but personally, these two you can get at Target. I picked these two up at Target. I'll leave it under my armpits, take my shower, use whatever body wash that you use. I personally use Native. I now stick to more natural products if I can help it, but I don't think it really makes a difference, because sometimes I do end up using body wash that is not natural and it works just fine. So I'll shower, and then I'll rinse my underarms off, and then I'll use my body wash to go in and scrub, and make sure I'm getting a good scrub with my washcloth. So after that, sorry guys, when I talk, I lose my train of thought a lot. So if you see me saying staring to the ceiling, like, just don't mind me. Just don't mind me. So after that, I will get out of the shower and I will make sure that my armpits are completely dry. And then I will take my magnesium oil. Guys, this is how you know this product is for real for me, because it doesn't have a spritzer anymore. So I'm dedicated. Like this stuff works. This stuff works for me. So I'm hoping that I can, even if it's just one person, like this will work for them as it worked for me. So even without the spritzer, I just, take a couple drops into my hand and I rub it under my armpits. Once it started like really kicking in and I knew like it worked, I would add like, I use native, sensitive, the coconut and vanilla, just to add a scent. You don't need to, it's not necessary, because the magnesium oil really truly does work on its own. But I sometimes, I just want a little extra scent under there, and so I would apply the native, sensitive, coconut and vanilla natural deodorant. But if you don't have anything like that, girl, boy, you still good. You don't have to use anything on top of it extra, as in addition to. So that is basically my process. That is how it works for me. It's still working to this day. I will say there are 2 cons, and you can be the judge if these cons are something that will prohibit you from actually using it long term or not. But I think my pro is that I don't stink, and so I feel confident and it works for me. I'm personally willing to deal with the cons because it works. So con number 1 is that when you first begin using it, you will feel irritation under your arms. It's like an itchy irritation. I will say I used Clinidry. Clinidry is one of those things that did work for me, but it was leaving me chemically burned under my armpits. Like it was bad. Like it was burning and causing my underarms to like turn black. And that was just terrible. I couldn't deal with it. My skin literally could not handle me putting it on the next day, and I would have to wait a day or 2 to use it again. And I know it does say like it's 72-hour use or whatever, but for me, I need to apply daily, and that just didn't work for me. So I won't say it wasn't irritation like that though. So if you ever use Clinidry, it's not like that. But I will say it's a very itchy sensation and it is irritating. So I would recommend using one of those like little handheld fans that you might use like at the amusement park on a hot day or at the beach. I don't have that, but I just use like my window fan, and I would just stand in front of it and kind of just let it blow on it for about a minute, and the irritation went away. I will say over the 3 weeks, it kind of was off and on. Some days it wouldn't sting, some days it would, some days it wouldn't sting as bad. So now it's been about, I want to say almost 2 months I've been using it, and I don't feel any irritation at all when it's applied, besides for when I shave. So when I shave, I typically shave at nighttime, or I shave on a day that I know I'm not going to be really going out or doing much, and I won't apply the magnesium oil. I'll just maybe use a little bit of coconut oil or just nothing, just so I don't go through that. Like it stings worse when you shave, so just keep that in mind. The other con is that I don't drink coffee honestly a lot anyway, but I would not recommend drinking coffee with this. For some reason, every time I noticed that I drank coffee, I didn't stink, but I was definitely musty. And I was like, oh wait, what? Where's this mustiness coming from? Because this was working. This is working for me. So I don't understand. I'm like, what did I do differently in my diet, or that I've been on a day-to-day, and I noticed that it was whenever I drank coffee, I would smell musty. So I wouldn't really drink. Definitely wouldn't recommend drinking coffee daily if you're a daily coffee drinker. I read somewhere online that coffee interferes with magnesium levels somehow, and I think that's possibly why that it caused me to like smell musty during the day. So I wouldn't recommend drinking coffee. So those are two cons. And I would say the third con is that the oil itself has a very like sticky type of texture to it. So you do have to wash your hands afterwards. I would definitely recommend washing your hands before you go in and start lotioning yourself up. That's not really that much of a bother to me. But that's basically all. I will say that this has significantly changed my life. This is not sponsored. You know, this is just me. Simple gal. Simple girl. Just telling you that this works for me. So, I mean, obviously, alongside it, getting plenty of water, a good diet. I mean, I'm not on the best diet. I will say I cut out like fast foods significantly. That's only a once in a while thing for me. But you know, I come from I'm Ghanaian, so I have certain foods and things that I've been used to for a long time. A lot of onions, garlic, and spices that I have in my diet. I would say I didn't cut them out tremendously, and this still works very much. It still works very well for me, you know. And I'm very happy. Like, I think it restored a lot of when you smell good, and not just smell good, but you just confident. When you lack body odor, you're just confident. You're more confident in taking up space and being around people. And I felt like my armpit odor was just contributing to a lot of isolation and negative thoughts on myself personally. And I'm just so thankful to God that, you know, this is something that truly works for me. And I hope that this video can help someone else out there. You know, if it doesn't work, you're out $10, and hey, it is what it is. But if it works, you know, let me know, and let me know what things work for other people, because, you know, everybody and everybody is different. And so different things are going to work for different people. So if you have information, if you have tips, if you have tricks, share them. That's how I began on this journey, is by people sharing their tips and tricks. And I wouldn't have known to try those certain things if people didn't share. So try it out. Let me know if it works. Let me know if it doesn't. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know if you have any further questions. Definitely feel free to reach out, and I will leave my email and things of that nature in the description box below. I will leave links down below in the description box. And be blessed, because you were born blessed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.